Hello and welcome to the first Wargame Red Dragon in the open beta gameplay, and this is a commentary video of me, Stomper and Lipschet playing Dirty Daryl, Wills and Game Buddy 1, and this map is Hop and Glory I think it's called. And yeah, it's sort of a desert type map with these mountain ranges, few wooded sort of areas, and so lots of towns dotted around over the map in between and within the regions that you want to capture. So this is our Brit deck, first game of the Brit deck, and I'm sending over some ATGM infantry with Milan 2s, some Javelin infantry, a command infantry, and also a couple of strikers and a couple of stormers around the back here, and I'm heading up towards Delta, and hopefully I'm going to take Delta. I doubt I'll get to Charlie because it's quite close to Bravo, which is their spawn point, their home base. They've got quite a short route to there, so they'll probably get there before me. Stomper, who's playing with Americans, I think, is going for Juliet, and he's being quite adventurous, and is going to go for Echo as well. And Livshed is going for Hotel and Golf, and I'm keeping my Sultan CV in the home base. So let's get underway. So I added in a couple of Challenger marksmen up there, so in a couple more Stormers, because I was a little bit behind getting started, I have to say. I've also got a couple of these Lynx 3s, and these Lynx 3s are really nice. They've got Hellfire missiles and Stingers. We see a couple of planes, a couple of Eagles go out there from Lipshed, and he managed to take down one of their high point planes, and I think he loses an Eagle as well in the process. So, and there's my Lynx 3 firing its Stingers off and taking down a chopper. I stopped my choppers a little bit earlier than I would like to and just unload them a bit earlier. I was just being a little bit cautious because I didn't want it to run into a load of flak or anything. And luckily Lipshed sent a couple of OHs up there with their own Stinger missiles just to cover my landing, which is very nice of him. And in the meantime, Stomper has actually managed to take Echo with a CV, infantry CV, and he's got these Tigers covering his units here. These are really nice Tigers. These Tigers, I think they've got anti-air as well. Yeah, they've got Stinger missiles as well, although one of them actually goes down there. Oh dear. But they're a nice aircraft, pretty decent unit, and the other one goes down as well. In fact, they must have anti-air over here near these conkers. But Stomper has pushed forward really well, and he's just hooked up Juliet so he can get his reinforcements from there, and he's put a recon unit up there on the right as well just to cover anything coming down that way. Now in the meantime, I've unloaded everything, and I spot these 4 T-80Us heading up towards me, so this guy has come in with the heavy stuff straight away. Now, when Lipsched sees these, he actually pushes forward his choppers. Now, I've got 2 Milan 2 infantry squads in here, and his tanks actually head to his units, actually head down this road. And you never want to leave with T-80Us really into a town, but they see his choppers, and I think they head for his choppers. Yeah, they do. Look, they head straight for his choppers, which means my 80 Milan 2s get some side shots on them. Straight into the sides, bang, which really weakens them, and that one actually blows up and blows the one up next to it as well almost. Or in fact the one next to it's okay. But then they turn around and they've lost 2 of them now, and my Milans are firing away. And they're going to get a third as well. There goes the third, yes, another 170 points. Now it gets a good shot on one of my 80 Milan 2s, but they're still firing. And they've still got plenty of ammo. If they can get a couple more shots out, it takes out one of the units, but the other one, and the last T-80U goes down. Very nice indeed. So that's a big blow for the enemy. In the meantime, my Stormers and my Lynxes are firing away at a few units that have made their way over here. And Game Buddy actually surrenders after losing all of those tanks. Can't say as I blame him, bit of a disastrous start for him. They've also got a few units in here, including some T-72B1s, which are spotted immediately by my Milan 2s, which continue to fire away. And I'm not sure, that one just goes awry because the T-72 takes cover there. So So spots these TOW 55s as well. Now these Milans are getting very low on ammo. We've got 2 rockets left. Will they manage to, I think they managed just to kill this last TOW 55. That one misses. We get another shot off. Right in range. Look at it. It's just sitting there waiting to be killed, and killed it is. Now luckily for me, Lipset has sent forward some assault engineers and some mountaineers just to cover, and manages to cover my units now that they've all run out of ammo, and will protect my infantry CV as well. In the meantime, they've pushed a few units forward, and they've got a few in this tree line. I do push forward my stormers and bring up my challenger marksmen a little bit, but the stormers not really. They do take out a T-72. Oh no, take out something anyway, something low value. But the T-72 is getting a shot off in a minute. That rocket misses, and going to get a shot off. That's going to take that stormer out, probably. Yes. Yeah, but my Lynx is now into position, and that takes out one of those T-72s. And will they have a shot at the other one? I hope so. They're just repositioning themselves, get themselves a little bit closer, steady themselves for the shot, and away it goes. Boom. Didn't quite take it out, but I'm sure they'll have another shot. Yep, there it goes. And takes out that last T-72. Very nice indeed. There's also sending up a Brom 3 reconnaissance vehicle, which I'm not sure why he sends it up. He's already got some recon infantry in here, I just saw it. But the Lynx 3 is going to take that apart, but it just disappears into the bush, and so the missiles lose track of it and fly off in all directions. In the meantime, Stomper has got very nice control here, and has even pushed up some infantry up into Foxtrot. Lipset continues to support all over the place with his aircraft and a few other bits and pieces that he's brought in. And the battle continues. Now, if something doesn't work on this game, don't do it again. So they push forward all those tanks and lost all those tanks. So what do? They push forward yet more tanks. That's not the way to do it. And immediately the Lynx 3s, they're still just sat there. Bang, bang. 200, another 140 points. Those T-55s are not that well armoured, and the other one goes down as well. They've got ATGMs, so you know, what a waste. What a waste. Don't even get their ATGMs off. Now then, they do start to bring in a load of planes now. They've had enough of the tanks, and they decide they're going to go with planes. So they've got all sorts of, they've got anti-radar and all sorts coming in here. And whenever they spot my units, they tend to attack them straight away. And there goes one for the Challenger Marksman. Now I did find out in this game, these Challenger Marksmen, although they're very good against choppers and for supporting tank pushes, they're not quite so good against aeroplanes because of the range isn't fantastic against aircraft, which is a bit of a shame. But I'll stick with them because I still quite like them. You can see when things getting close, they can fire quite well. But this is the IL-02. This is a really expensive plane. It drops a massive cluster of bombs. But I had my 2 Eurofighters coming in and took that thing out for 200 points for the loss of just, I think, 60 for the anti-aircraft unit. Now they're bringing a Brom 2U. That's a bit of a mistake. It's just going towards Alpha, actually. I don't think I've got anything within range to take it out, so it doesn't manage to creep across the bridge. I do bring in a Chinook just to resupply these Lynx 3, which are pretty much out of ammo almost, and also hopefully it will resupply my Milan 2s as well. In the meantime, not a lot happening. I think Stomper's having a bit of a war of attrition here now. He has obviously taken out he's going in with a Nighthawk actually for a bombing run. Going for those Shilkers. Yeah, takes out the Shilkers, and looks like he's taken out the CV earlier as well. So doing very nicely. So they're only getting like 4 points around now. So yeah, we're getting quite a lot, twice as many at least. So it's not looking good for those guys. And Raven going in, kill a couple more anti-air radar units, and the Phantom, that is going to napalm everything. There it goes. Yeah, very nice, very nice. And that T-55 is going to go down very soon as well. Rockets just missing. Everything's just missing. So artillery going in, and there goes the T-55. There's a couple more there. They're not going to last too long. In the meantime, Is that the same one, or is that a different BROM 2U command vehicle? I think it's a different one, but anyway. My Chinooks have refueled everything by the looks of it, and I'm just sort of hovering around. I start to push forward my Strikers a bit and my Stormers just to try and get a little bit further forward. I need to clear this tree line. There is stuff in this tree line that I need to clear. I mean, they probably wouldn't be bringing stuff along that road if this tree line wasn't nice and protected. Do bring forward some short-range anti-air. In fact, yeah, it doesn't last very long. A very weakly armoured unit with an auto-cannon. And then they bring in a buck, get a shot at the buck, which misses. But before it gets its second shot, or it does get another shot off? No, just before it gets its second shot off, I actually micro them back. Probably should have let it get its second shot off, but I'd already microed it back because I saw the buck coming in. So we need to deal with that buck before we send our choppers forward again. So in the meantime, it's a little bit as you were over here. He's just resupplying his units, bringing in some more ATGM units. And he's also bringing forward another CV infantry unit. So once we get hold of that, we're going to be getting a stack of points. And the buck goes down there. Did you see that? So the buck's down. I just decide to push everything forward a little bit into these tree lines. But hey presto, there's a recon unit which rears its ugly little head there. My Striker's in a little bit of bother because it hasn't got any protection and it's just got hit in the side with an ATGM by the looks of it. Hasn't got any machine gun or anything, so it just needs to get out of there and let the Stormer try to take out this. But they bring their planes in again and attack my Stormers. Although not quite in range there for that plane. But yeah, that one got it. That one got it nicely. So these Stormers can shoot planes, but again, they're probably better against choppers than they are against planes. Now bring in my Eurofighter Typhoons, but this time they managed to get their planes away before my Eurofighters get within range. So Striker's having a shot at that T-255 and takes it down. Very nice too. There's a Raven and an Eagle coming in for a bit of recce over Charlie. Is it Lipschet? Yeah, so Lipschet's just going to fly his Raven close to Charlie just to see if there's any anti-air over there, any radar anti-air. And he just swings round and he just gets it a little bit closer. Just to have a look. See, I've got my Eurofighter here patrolling, which can protect it a little bit. But there doesn't seem to be any radar anti-air over in Charlie at the moment. It looks like it's going around for one more run. It's going right over this time. Yeah, right over it. Not a lot there, although there's an anti-air just appearing in, and they bring in their anti-air planes. And 3 of them, in fact, and I've only got my Eurofighter, so I need to evac that probably. It's not going to take on all that many. Stormer gets a couple of shots off, which it avoids, and then comes round for a shot. And in fact, here I had my tornadoes already inbound to bomb this forest, and unfortunately it ran into all those planes and I lost one of my tornadoes. The other one just gets out in time. So Stomper has managed to take complete control of Foxtrot now. We'll just speed up a little bit, and he's now decided to send some infantry recce units over to the north side of Bravo to have a look over there. And Lipschet, it looks like he's concentrating over on Charlie now, so he brings his Phantom in, which doesn't get its bombs away, although the Nighthawk gets its bombs away and bombs whatever was in there. Unfortunately, the other plane got stunned and didn't bring its bombs to bear. Now I send these links in. I don't do this sort of because I'm being stupid, but I check the score. We're well ahead, and I'm hoping just to fly these straight over and get a look where the CV is. But unfortunately, there is actually quite a lot of non-radar AA and all these planes flying around, and I didn't even get a look at the CV. Well, now I know it's not in the front one, in the front forest. Anyway, so my Chinook on its way back to the FOB, and it's as you were over at Charlie. So they're still attacking my units. Whenever I get units in this area here, I think they must have some recon still in the tree line somewhere, because they keep attacking any units I put in these trees get attacked. I'll bring my Lynx 3 back across to try and give them a little bit of protection. And Lipschet decides to make a little bit of an assault on Charlie. So bringing in these two massive Abrams M1A2s. And these are monsters, these things. I'll show you them when they get out in the open so you can see them better. One of the best tanks in the game, definitely now. My Eurofighters get a couple of shots off against all those aircraft that are still circling and trying to protect, and gets 140 points. Something shot that plane down. And again, oh, they get some good shots off there. Again, they're attacking everything I put in these trees. I'll bring in some more anti-air. This time I'm bringing in infantry because they are targeting all my anti-air units. Well, that Challenger Mark II that I put, one Mark II, took out a nice anti-air there as well. So, I'm also bringing a bit of reconnaissance in. Just here, again, I'm using infantry now, not trucks and stuff, because it just seems to be a little bit better covered. And stick infantry unit out on the left there as well. And here comes the anti-air infantry. In the meantime, Lipschet's bringing in some chaps, some hawks, some more chaps over there, getting ready for his own little push. And Stomper's bringing in these two massive Leclercs. So actually, did I say he had a French deck? He must have a mixed deck of some sort. Maybe he's just got a blue 4 deck, I'm not sure. Well, I want to have a look at these. Where are they? Are they invisible? Oh, they're here. So there's the Leclerc. Got it on 2 times, it's going a bit fast. Can't catch it up. Pretty massive tank, massive front armour. Very nice indeed. Anyway, meanwhile, back in the fight. I managed to get my recon units pushed up to have a look, and my Challenger's just pushing forward, and then Lipschet says it's time to go, and he pushes all his units forward, and there's his 2 Abrams almost ready to go. There they go, and these are going to be pretty much unstoppable, I think, once they start a rolling. He's also just napalmed that whole region, which is burning, so they're not going to bring any units in there. I start to push forward my Challenger 1 Mark IIs, my Gurkhas go forward. He's got these lovely chaps, these really nice American chaps now, with 12 missiles now, with a very long range, excellent anti-air. I'll probably use them when I make an American deck, as well as these M1A2s as well. So he just continues to push them forward. They're just going to take out anything in their path, and we just need to find that CV in Charlie, and it'll be pretty much game over. And it looks like Stomper has stolen their 2 fobs over in Bravo. He's not found the CV yet, but he's managed to steal their 2 fobs. So you can see everything's just creeping forward. Abrams is easily going to take that unit out of there. If I can just get a shot off, bang, no problem whatsoever. Speed it up a little bit. So my SAS are moving in to just try and have a look to find out where this CV is. Well, everything else is tending to stop over in this tree line. So BTR there, that goes down to the SAS, Special Boat Squad. And they hop across to the next building, and then they hop across to the next building, still CV hunting, and they will hop a little bit more. Meanwhile, the chaps are doing a fantastic job at keeping these aircraft at bay. All I need is for these SBS just to hop across to the next building. Maybe they're a little bit cautious of Dirty Daryl here. But eventually they find it, and that's GG, end of the game. So pretty nice game. Yeah, it seems like quite good on first impressions. There are some problems, like with the flares and that. You can't really use the flares very well because it tends to suck the game, apparently. So have to avoid using flares. But I enjoyed my first game. Yeah, so please do comment, like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be making a few more of these. I'll see you in the next one.